Hi, my special Mark tribe, right? Oh my goodness, I miss this page. I don't know for how long I was not on this page. Maybe 3 months or something like that. Look, I'm just going through a wonderful period in my life where I just follow some kind of instructions, go up, come down, do all of those things. But it's beautiful. So I had to leave this page and I didn't even know I was going to come back now. So I'm back on this page. And yeah, it's all about helping people with their emotional and psychological wellness and stuff like that. And talking about emotional wellness, I mean, we hear emotional means emotions, and frankly speaking, emotions are the energy we use, right, to engage in communication, in our relationships, to nurture them. Look, we either express them or we express them. So either you express your emotions verbally or you express them by non-verbal action, or you think you are not expressing them, but the other person is still going to interpret something. So I don't know what the best thing to do is, but I personally express myself a lot. And somebody told me again yesterday, you're a very emotional person, or you're too emotional, or something like that. And I was curious. I wanted to find out from them what they meant. And they said, well, they didn't really mean anything. They were just stating the obvious. And some other people will mean something. Some people might mean cut down, don't be too emotional, sometimes. And that was a man. So I think that I thought they were saying it from that point of view, like, men, they will tell them, you don't have to be that emotional. Only women are that emotional. Why are you so emotional? You are making like a woman, as if emotions belong only to women, and then you are a cry, or you are, stop showing all those emotions. When it's pleasant emotions, it's like you are regulated. Don't be too happy, just be a little happy. Don't be too sad, just be a little sad. Don't be too anxious. Don't be too, what is too? How much is too? And then why? What is wrong in somebody being too happy or too sad or too all of those things? I mean, this is just a conversation, right? I know I'm a therapist and all of that, but I'm also just a woman or a human being. And I'm like, are we encouraging people to be emotionless, or to be expressed, that to express less and less their emotions? And when you don't express your emotions, your relationships suffer, your communication suffer, because the other person might be making an assumption based on what they're thinking in their head, based on what they're seeing you do, but you are not saying nothing. Sometimes you ask somebody, what's wrong? Nothing. And you're like, how can you say nothing? Lights went out, right? Okay. How can you say nothing? Something has to be wrong. Something must have happened. So what has happened? Nothing. Or you say, can we talk about this? The person says, no, I don't want to talk about it. What do they have to do with that? You could say, I don't want to talk about it now. I am still processing what happened. I was walking a client through that the other day, and they were like, oh my goodness, this will have made such a difference. But they grew up also hearing that, stop like showing all those emotions, stop being so emotional, you're such an emotional person. And then now you meet another person who is also someone who might have been stuffed growing up, and now they're an adult, and they know that they are free to express themselves, and they don't know how to bridle it, or how to express themselves properly, and so they are also, and you too, you are, and now you criticize each other, and so you each shut down, so you stop expressing yourselves, and then the relationship suffers. And then you come and see a therapist, and you pay, for the therapist to help people to understand that it's okay to express your emotions. Now you want to express it properly, what we call emotional intelligence. You want to do this. You want to use so language. We study now all the different emotions, and then you start realizing you go through so many, but you don't express. You don't even want to recognize them. You don't want to say that this is how I feel. I'm happy because I'm sad you make me feel, or I am feeling, not even the person making you feel, because somebody can still say something and it doesn't make you feel nothing, or you decide not to feel nothing. So a feeling is not something that somebody is doing to you. You are the one feeling that way in your internal response to what that person is saying, or what they are doing, or even what they are not saying. You can still change that internal response. For example, somebody can call you and say, hey, so and so person just died, and you're like, okay, well, may their soul rest in peace. And then it will be another person that you know, oh, so and so person, oh my goodness, somebody lost their MIL recently, just today. Somebody, and I know them, and I wanted to go visit this person at some point and everything. So I really felt emotional about it. I said, oh, how I wish I had visited this person when I was there in that country. It would have made a difference now. I would have felt like, at least, but, well, what is it? What is? It has happened that way. So I expressed my emotions, and fortunately, they didn't take it like I was blaming them that, well, when I wanted to go and visit, you did not give me the directions to go and visit, or you did not facilitate the visit. But some other person would think about it that way. I'll be like, yeah, well, yeah, you could have made me go and visit. I would have. I was expressing my emotions again today to some people. This video is also because I've had 3 instances just between yesterday and today regarding emotions, and I just realized, hey, talk about this, because I've worked with about over a dozen couples since I started my therapy practice in 2018, and one of the major issues they bring up is poor communication. And when I work with them, I sometimes work with them separately, before I work with the couple. She does not want to listen. He does not want to listen. She does not speak to me with respect. He does not speak to me with compassion. He does not tell me what is really happening. She does not tell me. And then each person, like, I'm afraid to tell them because I don't know about their reaction, and this and that and that. Okay, can you start from somewhere? And then we learn, and then they put it into practice, and then now they start expressing themselves better in their relationship, and then communication is restored, and then they are happy. Like, but I did not grow up thinking that it was okay to express this. How can I be telling somebody I feel bad, I feel like you're neglecting me, I feel, but yes, that's how you feel, so express the way you feel. Don't start sulking. Don't stop talking to each other. Don't start doing those things. So I was expressing myself in a group today, and I said I felt frustrated and I felt embarrassed. Oh my goodness. It was like, how can you feel frustrated? About what? Who has frustrated you? And all of those I was just expressing myself. That's how I feel. And it might not necessarily be because of what you in particular have done, but it's because of, well, the situation. For example, the rain started falling, and it was now frustrating the program, or it was stalling the program. So must there even be somebody to blame in how somebody feels? So if somebody dies and you're rolling on the ground and say, I feel so sad, you want to blame who? The person who has died? Or is it somebody who killed that person? No, but that's how you feel. Talking about somebody dying. No, my son just told me, oh, did I tell you somebody lost their grandma? And because I know this person and I know that they are his friend, I was like, oh my God. I've seen that grandmother, so it's not like it's somebody I've never even seen. And she was vibrant. She was, loving grandma. So I was sad, and I was looking at my son like, oh my goodness. And I was like, he was just telling me. I said, yes, so I'm just expressing my emotions. It's not like you have the one who did something, but that's how I feel right now, and I'm so sad about it. And I'm like, how are they feeling? And people feel differently. I might even feel more intense than even her grandson, for example. I don't know, I'm just saying. So we need to be comfortable with people having different emotions. Feelings at different level. And if somebody's feeling is you feel that the way they express it, it comes across strong, or that they are what I call, there are different kinds of personalities, right? They are highly sensitive empath like myself, or they are INJT, all of those things. You can Google those things, and you can take those quizzes. They're free. but it's good to know yourself. And so if somebody is an HSP like myself, highly sensitive empath, it means that they are more sensitive. That is why I would like a cat, because a cat feels a lot and I feel a lot too. So we can get along very well. We don't even need to talk, we just feel. I feel a lot. So I would definitely express myself more, express those feelings more, because keeping them inside me doesn't help me. I grew up talking about every other thing apart from what I feel inside me. So there's some things that people find out now, like I was talking to my sister and she was like, nobody can know the depth of where you went to or what you experienced and now the way it's affecting you, apart from you who went through all of that. And that is why people respond differently. People are affected differently when we have mental health conditions and all of those things, because people have different personalities, people feel differently, people process differently, people express themselves differently. And when we come to realize that it's okay to be you, it's okay that somebody is different. We cannot expect everybody to be stoic, for example. That some people who don't express nothing, they don't have no feelings, or they say they don't have no feelings, they don't express no emotions, they are blank. It's okay. Well, it works for them, that's it. I'm finding a balance now, but I used to be somebody, and I still do cry. Sometimes I even cry online, and it's okay. And sometimes you even wonder, am I using somebody's tears? Somebody will be like, yeah, too emotional. Okay, well, I remember watching the Obama couple. They went with, I think, the First Lady of Brazil to some concert. And the First Lady of Brazil, I don't know if that thing is still I don't know if that thing is still online, but the First Lady of Brazil, she was so emotional. She was standing, she was clapping. Who knows how many times she sees that kind of thing, or if she's just a highly sensitive person, she's just an emotional person. She was just so happy, and people were looking at her, and then the comments, on YouTube sometimes, and you don't want to read comments. It's like, you are crucifying her. She's not even American. She does not know your culture. She does not. It's not her culture. So if you people sit down, you don't express yourself. Well, she expresses herself. So that was it. I just want to end here by encouraging us to learn more about emotions instead of trying to suppress them and chastise people who are getting a mastery of their emotions and are expressing themselves emotionally. That way they can get better in their lives and their emotion, their relationships and communications and all of those things. I mean, you don't have to be all emotional, but you don't also want to be all stoic and all of those things. So it's a good thing to keep learning, and well, I'll keep sharing, and then hopefully we would find that balance. Okay, once I'm back, and I'll be doing more lives on this page too. Until then, well, this is me, a full package, and I will just say God bless us all.